Hi there, my name's Ken with Occasions Music. Our unique restaurant music and announcement service is both the most cost-effective and the most feature-rich program on the market today. From scheduling custom announcements, which thank customers for choosing your brand, to even choosing individual songs to play or not play, and total remote programming over your smartphone, to so much more. Now there's a lot to cover here, so let's get started. Music is a major part of a restaurant's atmosphere, but it can be used to both build up and tear down your brand identity. This is why having the correct music for your restaurant is so important. Because of this, we start you off with over 200 music stations to choose from. That's what we start you with. Aside from being able to make your own, you get 200 to start. Now keep in mind, I'm referring to channels that are designed for restaurants. So we're not talking about just contemporary music, but even specialty channels for Greek, Italian, Indian, French, or Chinese. They're all included. But to be more specific, there are several Chinese restaurant stations you could choose from. And you can choose one of them, or a few of them, or all of them. You can combine them in any order. You can even choose, for example, an Italian casual dining channel or the Italian festive channel. So you really get to tailor this to the atmosphere you're trying to create for your brand. You get the idea. But see, there's so many channels to choose from. Here's one of the problems we had designing the service. How do you know where to begin? What do you choose for your restaurant? Now first, to save you time choosing the best channel to start with, because you're not going to just start picking songs out, you want to start somewhere. Okay, so we divide the channels into about 25 different categories, such as top stations, rock, pop, easy listening, etc. You get the idea. So next, each station or channel in the category has a paragraph explaining its intended design purpose, such as for elegant sit-down Italian restaurants. So it makes it easy before you listen to music where to start. Now you can listen to those. Now moving on, you can listen to any channel on your computer or smartphone. So using your phone, you can select a category such as top stations, and then you select the station to listen to. And it immediately starts playing. And you're going to get to practice this after the video. You can log on. I'm going to tell you how, so you can listen to these today without even signing up. Now here's the best part of the stations. All of our channels are dynamic. They're not static. Now let me explain what that means. When you're listening to a channel on your computer or phone, you can press the next button to skip to the next song. So you can listen to that song for a few seconds and think, oh, I like that one, or I don't. And then you can skip to the next song. And yes, you can go backwards too. But the end result is that in 30 seconds, you can get a real feel for the type of music that's playing on that channel. So let me give you an example here. In real time, it would take an hour to listen to 18 songs, right? At 3 minutes a song, it would take you a whole hour to listen to 18 songs. In 90 seconds, you could preview 5 seconds of each song, right? Yeah, that does the math, right? So in 90 seconds, you can listen to 18 songs. So you get a whole hour, right? So you get a whole hour of songs listening to in 90 seconds. Now that's real time-saving power. And you can't do that with DirecTV, SiriusXM, or Music Choice. And by the way, with those providers, you only have one player. So while a channel is playing in the restaurant, you can't be listening to other channels, but not with us. With our system, you can play a channel in the restaurant, and while it's playing in the restaurant, you can be listening to other channels at home, on the web, or on the smartphone, or on your computer, even if you're in a different city or another country. And you can change the channel in the restaurant or program any changes you wish, even the volume, anything. When you can have it go up at 3 p.m., anything you want to do remotely over your telephone. Okay, so this is some real power here that we're talking about. Now listen to this. If you really want to take control of your restaurant's atmosphere and designing your perfect brand, you can create your own music playlist from the hundreds of thousands songs we have on all 200 plus stations. So basically, you can create your own dream music channel tailored specifically to your restaurant vision. And by the way, you may have noticed this. In some restaurants you went to, you've heard the same songs playing over and over again. That's why. They're using the service. Now, this is usually in the chain restaurant, but let's talk about another example here. Let's say you start off when you sign up for the service by choosing a station that you like. You can log in and start previewing all the songs we play on that station. Now you can choose just the songs you like and create a custom station from scratch, right? But that takes some time. But you can also create multiple custom stations, and each custom station can have songs from as many concrete stations as you need. Easier way to do it is you can create a custom channel, and you can take all the songs we have in a channel that you like and dump them into that channel. And then you can preview it and just erase the ones you don't like. It's a lot of power. But let's just say you want even more power. If you're in the restaurant and you hear a song, say you don't want to do all this, you just want to put a channel on. But how often do you listen and you hear a song you don't like, you don't want to hear that song again? It just doesn't fit your atmospheric goals. So let's say you sign up today, you don't want to do anything, you just pick a channel, turn it on, and you're done with it. Okay, I'm too busy to pick stuff. I'm not worried about it. I just want good music. Pick a channel out of the 200 we have and you turn it on. Now let's just say you hear a song that doesn't fit into your atmospheric goals. You just go into your player's history right on your phone while you're sitting in the restaurant. You don't even go to the office. And you delete the song from your history. It won't ever play again. So, I mean, just think of the power here. Now, what if your restaurant branding goals even demand a wider variety of music? Because remember, music creates the atmosphere, right? It's like the weather at a picnic. You only notice it when it's good. That's how it should be, right? You should only notice it when it's bad, but yet the good weather makes the whole picnic. So your music is the atmosphere, right? People shouldn't be drawn to it. So let's say you want a wider variety of music, but you don't want to spend all the time choosing individual songs. Very easy. You're going to love this. You choose multiple stations, and you have one song play from each station in order or randomly, your choice, and then it starts over. So let me give you an example. You could program your system to play one song from classical piano channel, and then play a song from light jazz channel, and then play something from the contemporary station, right? The system would then rotate the songs, in order, or you could choose randomly for that order. Now hold off a second, let me explain that. You can program when it does that. So hold off a second. Let me explain. You could pick, for example, I want to play one contemporary song, one classical song, and then a kid's song, right? Something for the kids. You might even want 5 contemporaries before you do something for the kids. If you have it in order, it'll keep doing one out of each one. But if you put it on random, it won't do that. It'll keep picking randoms. You could have a couple kids in a row. So you can do anything. It's maximum power. Now, you can program specific stations also to start and stop on specific days of the week and at specific times. You can even choose the volume to change at specific times. So, for example, if 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on weekends is your busiest time, and often the music could be louder during that time, you can have the system automatically turn the volume up at 5 p.m. at that time. Because when you're busy, you can't say, hey, go back and turn the volume up. You won't even be thinking about the music, but yet it won't be there for your atmospheric goals. So you can program all this. This is all programmed over the web, even on your phone, right? So next, let's talk about reliability. Music defines the personality of your restaurant, right? It's got to stay up and running. Now, satellite receivers like DirecTV go down in heavy rains or when the snow gets on the dish, right? And the internet goes in and out, can go in and out often, right? So how do you make an entertainment system truly reliable? Okay, now unlike cable or satellite TV, our players download hundreds of songs overnight to play the next day. So this saves daytime internet bandwidth because it's not downloading during the day. You can use slow internet, right? And it ensures that the music keeps playing even during internet outages because it downloads the whole playlist the night before. Even the schedule of when to start playing the music for the next day is downloaded. So even if the internet goes down overnight before you open and it stays out, music still starts on time the next day, automatically. And on the other hand, if the internet goes down before closing, the music will still turn off at the correct time. And if the internet stays out, you'll expect a phone call from our office, telling you, hey, the player's offline, so you can correct the problem. Because after all, most managers aren't there. You won't know if the music goes out. Your manager may not call you, right? So we'll call you to let you know it's offline. So you know that if you don't hear from us, it's working. Now, while we're discussing reliability, let's talk about employee disruption. It's a common problem that a lot of owners don't know is happening. They notice it sometimes, but if you notice it, it's happening more often. Now, with conventionally, locally controlled music systems, employees often change channels when the boss isn't around, right? Our systems solve this as well. All of our music systems are programmed remotely. So even if you run 25 different locations, you can program all of them together right from your smartphone. The only control we recommend leaving your employees with is the main system volume. So everything else is best left to control over the web interface's phone. So employees can't go in and change the channel when you're not there. There's nothing there. As a matter of fact, our players, this is it. Our players are a little tiny box. This is it. No one sees this. They're Android devices. They reboot. They update themselves. There's nothing to do. In the design of this, everything was packed into it, and it's very efficient on power. When it's running, playing music, it draws less than 5 watts of electricity. So it's very, very small, and boy, does it have great sound. But let's move on now. I began this video speaking about how music is part of your restaurant's personalities, right? So let's talk about that a little bit more. Our system's advertisement support capabilities will help you promote your brand with ease. This is one of my best parts. For fast food restaurants such as Arby's, you can play "Good afternoon. Thanks for choosing Arby's" between each song, and we record you those messages. Matter of fact, we give you them for free, the greeting ones, the personalized ones recorded by professionals, only when you sign up using the 800 number in this video. do it on the website, you don't get the professional recordings for free. There's other things you get by using the 800 number. And the prices are the same, whether you use the 800 number or go to the website. But the 800 number in the video, we give you a lot of free promotions. Now, you can even specify a minimum time so that announcements don't play too frequently. So if a song's only 1 minute long, you don't want to say, thanks for choosing Arby's in 1 minute. You can put 5 minutes, right? But at fast food, you can play that between every song, right? You can advertise happy hours, for example. You could schedule an announcement to play at specific times on specific days. You can even program whether to play the announcement at the next song break, like between songs, or at an exact program time. For example, breakfast ends in 30 minutes, or breakfast is now closed, we're now accepting lunch orders. All automatic. You interrupt the music, stick it on. You can even program the volume and change the volume of the announcements in relationship to the music. Now listen, that was for fast food. For elegant sit-down restaurants, right, we recommend playing a short announcement every 30 minutes just after the song break, after the hour and a half hour. So I'll give you an example. 5 o'clock comes, right, just past the hour, and you say, at the song break after 5 o'clock, let's say it's 5:01 because the song was playing at 5, it says, good evening, thanks for dining at Roseanne's. So in other words, right after, and then at 5:30, after the next, at 5:30, it would say, good evening, thanks for dining at Roseanne's. Now for fast food, Wendy's, for example, announcements can go between every song, like good afternoon, thanks for choosing Wendy's, right? Now you can schedule as many custom announcements as you wish, even specifying specific hours or on specific days, such as for happy hours, etc., like I said. But you can even plan your announcements months in advance for specific holidays, let's say Merry Christmas between songs, etc. And by the way, we can record the announcements for you, as I mentioned, with professional voices, of course. The other thing we give you for free when you use the 800 number, it just popped in my head, is we'll give you free time announcements if you want them. Now this is more suitable for fast food, but for example, on the hour it would say, the time is now 5 o'clock, the time is now 5:30, and the stuff like that. Now that's more suitable for fast food, but it is nice. This truly personalizes the auditory atmosphere, and it's free if you use the 800 number on the thing. Now, to ensure that your announcements are heard, or the opposite, to make sure that they're not too loud, you can even change the volume of the announcements, as I touched on earlier, in respect to the music volume. Let me give you an example of this. The music's playing real loud, you can turn the announcements down so they're not too loud, but real soft music, you might want to turn it up a little bit more so you can hear the announcements, right? Now, if you have multiple restaurant locations, we want you as a customer, and we'll make it worth your time. Call me. Specifically, I'm at extension 41. You can actually speak with me at extension 41. You can also send an email to restaurant chains at occasionsmusic.com. Now, if you do operate multiple locations, you can also share common announcements with them all, or have specific announcements for specific locations. And you do all this with the music as well. Your music programming can apply to all the locations or just specific ones. You can even have separate logins on the web or phone interface for separate locations, so different managers can take control of the music for their individual location, right? And you can change the logins remotely for that as well. Now let's talk about customer service, okay? We give full phone support operation. So instead of learning how to program all the schedules yourself on our web interface, which you can do, you can just give us a call instead if you're not a techie, and just say, hey, I have this restaurant and such, could you please run channel X on Thursdays from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., or could you increase the music volume 10% after 5 p.m. on Fridays? That's it, and it's done. So if you're a techie and you want to experiment with all the complex stuff on the web, go for it. Go right ahead. But if you prefer, leave it all to us. Just tell us what to do and we'll do it, okay? So we'll even monitor the system for you, and we'll let you know if something is not working right. So again, if you're too busy to learn how to do all the programming, all you need to do is talk on the phone and we'll do all the work. Pretty easy. Next, I want to mention multiple zones. Our systems also support additional zones. Let me explain that. This would be where a different type of music may be playing at a different ad or announcement schedule. So an example of this would be the music playing in the waiting to be seated area and outside the restaurant. Announcements in these areas could contain more frequent advertisements like ask your server about this, or don't forget, buy one dessert, get one free, and things like that. You could play every other song, have the announcements changing, right? As well as, and of course, we'll be with you as soon as possible. And you might want more lively music playing outside the restaurant, right? With more greetings. It's now 3 o'clock. And by the way, if you want to pay for specific ads, you can say something like, Good afternoon. Thanks for choosing Roseanne's. It's now 3 o'clock in the city of whatever you want to do, right? Anything you want to do, right? It's so powerful. Also, you can even have a separate zone just for employee-only areas, solely playing announcements, prompting employees when to check the restrooms, when breakfast ends, etc. And you can have separate employee music playing in those areas. So it can be playing real low, for example, in the kitchen, more contemporary stations. But then, for example, we can say, you can have a little noise go ding dong. They'll know that that means, oh, it's been 30 minutes, you got to go wash your hands or check the restrooms, or you can have announcements, 15 minutes till breakfast ends, start, lunch prep. So you can really automate your business for that. And it's really powerful. Okay, so let's wrap this up. There's more features, but this is the main stuff that should excite you, especially if you're trying to automate your business so that you can get out of that day-to-day control of it. So what does all this cost, right? Well, you may not believe it, but for most restaurants, everything above is only 20 bucks a month, right? Now it can go up to 35 a month, okay? But it's not much money, right? For all this service, right? So depending on your square footage and specific needs, right? But 20 to 35 a month. And this includes all music licenses. So we even include a certificate for each location that you can give to Ascap and BMI when they come knocking on your door. Right? You can even download the certificate. It tells when it's expired, so they'll leave you alone. By the way, about Ascap and BMI, if you have any questions about royalties, call us and speak to us, and we'll tell you all that stuff. For example, can I have TVs in the bar? What can I do? We'll tell you what you need to do, what we can help you with, and what we can, right? So far in this video, I've only discussed our music engine, the source, which, by the way, is in over 60 countries right now, right? But this all assumes you have a great quality sound system already installed. But don't worry, if you don't, we can handle that too. Just let us know when you call, okay? Occasions Music has been installing restaurant background music and announcement systems since 1986. I've been here for 30 years, since the beginning. Our music is very high quality and it's true stereo. A core belief of ours is that deploying more high quality speakers, playing at a lower volume, keeps the music in the background, the atmosphere, and not the center of attention. As I said earlier, good music should be like the weather at a picnic. You only notice it when it's bad, but when it's right, it makes all the difference in the world, right? So while we're talking about that, let me tell you a little bit about the speakers. Regular quality restaurant speakers, okay? For example, they look nice. They used to have the old metal grills, right, that you see. But regular ones that people put in now, even though they look nice, when you look inside, they're still paper cones. It's just a nice, cheap speaker. It's a paper cone speaker. We don't use these. And you can tell the difference in quality. You go to a restaurant, normally it doesn't sound the same way that it does in your home theater. The speakers that we use, however, are home theater quality. Heavy magnet, heavy construction. And let me just show you here behind the grills. Look at this. You see the difference? This isn't a paper cone. This has a nice foam surround. We have aimable tweeters. This is a home theater quality speaker, right? They mount very easily. So this is what we use. And by the way, even in restrooms, when you need to have stereo, the restroom speakers, because you only want to put one speaker in a restroom. We have weather-treated speakers with surround that move a lot, right? Poly cones with two tweeters at angles. They're at angles, so you get stereo out of one speaker. And by the way, of all the different colors, silver, black, different sizes. So we have lots of flexibility when it comes to doing stuff, but we can discuss all that. Just wanted to mention it. Now, if you need an entire system, continuing, just give us a call and we'll discuss the installation options as well as do-it-yourself kits. We even sell them on eBay. We design them and we ship them all over the country. So back to our music engine, the 200 channels of music, specialized announcements, etc. What's your next step? What do you do right now? Okay? Your next step is to give us a call. Give us a call and we will give you access to the website to preview all 200 plus stations and read more about our service. So take 2 minutes right now and you call. In 5 minutes from now, you'll be listening to the channels. You're not even going to sign up. Take 2 minutes right now to call us, and in 5 minutes from now, you'll be listening to the channels, right? It's that simple. Okay? Well, thanks for watching. And by the way, dial the number in the video here. Don't do it on the website, because a lot of the things here, if you do it on the video, you get for free. Okay? They're included. So thanks for watching, and I truly wish you the very best.